This is why Ukraine was invaded by Russia. No fluff, no lies, just facts. To understand this rift, we have to understand the Soviet Union. Both Ukraine and Russia were part of the Soviet Union before Ukraine got its independence. You can watch how it happened here. After their independence, there were pockets of violence here and there, but not much until 2013. That was when the seed of 2022 was planted. Viktor Yanukovych, who was the president of Ukraine in 2013, was loyal to Russia and wanted his country to also be loyal to Russia. So he chose not to sign an agreement that would have brought Ukraine closer to Europe through trade and be dependent on Russia. Ukrainians protested, got rid of Yanukovych, and chose a new government that was more friendly to Europe than to Russia. Even though there were protests against Viktor, Russian President Vladimir Putin said that most Ukrainians still wanted to have ties with Russia, which was a lie. His major fear was that Ukraine would join a military alliance with the US and Europe, which would threaten Russia. In 2014, Russia took over Crimea, a region in the south of Ukraine. It also sent soldiers and arms to eastern Ukraine, saying it was helping people who wanted to be part of Russia. Since then, about 14,000 people have died and 1 million have moved to get away from the fighting. Now his eyes are on Ukraine. He said that the goal of the war was to protect the people in the mainly Russian-speaking area of Donbas. He said that the Ukrainian government had been humiliating and killing the people there for 8 years, which is a lie made up by Russian propaganda. He talked about stopping NATO from getting a base in Ukraine, and then added that another goal was to make sure Ukraine stayed neutral. On February 24, 2022, he said that his goal was to demilitarize and denazify Ukraine. This was just a few days after he had backed independence for parts of eastern Ukraine that have been occupied by Russian proxy forces since 2014. It should be known that Ukraine is a neutral state naturally. After the Soviet Union collapsed, Ukraine sold all its nuclear warheads, which begs to question, what is Putin claiming to demilitarize? And we all know Ukraine's president Volodymyr Zelensky is Jewish, the one race that hates Nazis more than anything. So how does he want to demilitarize and denazify Ukraine when Ukraine has none of that? All these are just another proof of some of Putin's lies. Putin said again in February 2022 that Russians and Ukrainians are the same people. He thinks Russians and Ukrainians are like brothers, and that Russia should be in charge because it is the older brother. Most Ukrainians disagree. The words of their president, Volodymyr Zelensky, have given them hope. He told Putin that Ukrainians want peace, but will fight for their country's freedom if they have to. And Putin took the words to heart and invaded Ukraine. Putin has come into the country, and this time he wants to take over the whole country. Ukrainians, on the other hand, are not going down without a fight. All we can just ask is that you say a prayer for Ukraine in the comments section. That is all we have for you today. Click the subscribe button and the like button if you enjoyed this video. Also, hit the little bell so you get notified when we post new videos just for you. Thank you for watching. Till next time.